Hi, how are you? I'm getting sick. Not for any, like, normal reason, like where someone went and, like, coughed all over me. No, nothing like that. It's for the dumbest reason ever. Do you ever meet those people, right? They are trying to tell you about this enormous meal that they had, and they're like, honey, I inhaled that meal. And you're like, Martha, why do you gotta over-exaggerate? We all know what you mean. Well, no, I am not that person because I literally inhaled food, and it wasn't by choice. It's not like I was sitting there like, oh, you know what'd be really great? Snorting up that sandwich. No, I was eating a sandwich by myself in bed, a roast beef sandwich, and it was actually delicious up until the point where my body decided that it was just going to take all control out of my hands and, force me to, like, hiccup. And when I did that, I inhaled a piece of roast beef into my breathing tube, like in my lungs. I have part of a cow in my lungs right now. It's like that story where, do you ever hear about that? Like, I read about it and I don't know if it's true. But this guy, like, inhaled a pea and it, like, went into his lungs and sprouted into a pea plant, like, and grew in there. I heard that. I don't know if it's true, and that's the most horrifying thing that I've ever heard of. Especially since I don't know anything about the human body. So this is what I imagine, okay? Your nose and your ears and your throat are all connected, right? So, like you've got your esophagus, your, like, throat thingy, and then, like, above it, behind the uvula, which is the dangly-do, for those of you that don't know, there's, like, I feel like there's, like, a spot up there where if, like, I could only reach my tongue back and go, like, I could grab whatever's in there, right? Well, I feel like it's like a shelf and there's just stuff sitting in there. And it's like when you buy a house, right? It's like an older house and there's like still other people's stuff in it, like in the attic, and you don't know like whose it is. What is it? Is it cursed? If I touch it, am I gonna be cursed for the rest of my life? Is it haunted? Am I gonna find like documents containing like their mental illness history? Am I gonna like find out they were a crazy serial killer? You don't know what's going on in that attic, and I feel like that's what that part is. It's like that creepy attic or that weird shelf full of just stuff that doesn't belong to you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like a house that needs spring cleaning. Get this roast beef up out of my shelf in my breathing hole because I don't like it. It perpetually feels like there's water stuck in my nose, like when you go down in a pool too fast and it's like bleh, like up into your nose and then your throat like burns all day. It's like the most horrible feeling in the world, and I feel like I'm getting sick now, like it's infected or something. I feel nasty, and I've tried everything, girl. I've drank like some hot fucking cappuccino, I've been drinking cold water, I've been like making horrible noises all day. I've had to work all day and act normal, and I just like feel like crap. I woke up and my throat's super swollen, you know, and I'm just like, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm not having a good time. I sneezed earlier today and peed myself a little, and that sucked. So it's just been a weird 2 days of inhaling meat and peeing myself. I don't know what else to tell you, dude. If that's not what you came here for, then you came to the wrong place, sucker, because this is what it is. This is what it is. I'm not having a good time. He sprouted a pea plant up in his lungs. Do you think that's actually true? Like, could that happen? That would be the freakiest thing. Oh my god, do you think they'd have to, like, surgically remove it? Maybe at that point it, like, became sentient, you know? And then he, like, the guy, like, really liked peas a lot, so he's like, oh, sweet, I have my own pea supply, and he's like, don't cut it out, I need him. And then they became friends, and he just, like, picked peas off of the plant that's, like, growing out of his chest, like, alien style. That would be the fucking coolest shit, though. But if that happened to me, like, I'd sprout a whole fucking cow, and those don't grow on trees, so you explain to me how that happens. It's gonna bust out of my chest and become, like, this nasty hybrid, like, human cow thing, and it seems like Hank, and it just wants to, like, hang out, and it overstays its welcome for too long. It's like, you wanna play Pokemon Snap? And I'm like, bro, I've beaten that game 1,000 times. I don't wanna play Pokemon Snap with you. Can you please just go home? And he's like, but you're my home now. And I'm like, oh god, I'm really scared. And then I'm stuck with him for the rest of my life, and he's like a little too jealous because I'm married, right? So, like, please someone help me get this fucking chunk of beef out of my throat, or else this shit's gonna happen. This is science. Okay, I graduated high school. Can you believe it? I fucking beat myself. Not like enough to where I was like, I need to go home. Like, it was just, like, a little bit where I was like, oh, bro, I technically peed myself. I made someone pee themselves one time, and it was the best day of my life. Like, we were walking home from school, this is a long, long time ago. It was this girl, and we were, like, really good friends, and she's, like, walking with me, and I'm, like, cracking jokes, and she's like, oh my god, stop, I'm gonna pee myself. And I was like, duh, 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 like, making her laugh harder, and she's like, oh no, it's happening. And then she, like, peed herself, and it was awesome, and I'll never forget it. Memories. I miss school. No, I don't. School fucking blows. I'm sorry for any of you that are still going through school. Once you graduate from school, once you're done with all of it, like, and you don't go to college or anything, like, you literally don't remember anything. Like, I don't know how I passed high school. I really don't. Oh, but now every time I swallow, there's, like, this, like, memory of, like, I get, like, flashbacks from it too, like, Nam-style flashbacks of just, like, and then it's in there, and oh my god, and I felt so bad for Jimmy last night, because I'm, like, he's on the phone with someone, it's kind of a serious conversation, and I'm in the background the whole time, like, like, making all these horrible noises, and he eventually, like, looks at me, because I'm sitting, like, right next to him doing this, and he's like, can you please just go in the bathroom and cough it up? And I was like, I can't. I'm interrupting his, like, important work phone call. Just so I can, like, be hacking stuff up, like, next to him, like, next to him, like, a foot away from just, that's fucking horrible. Oh my god. So that's, like, my day. I hope you enjoyed it. I was at work all fucking day, going through this shit, and I feel like crap. And, like, I hope no one else is getting sick. That's, like, the worst thing ever. Like, when someone's, like, really sick, and you're like, oh, man, because you know what it's like to be, like, really sick, where, like, you're trying to eat something and you can't taste it, but you're also, like, just dripping stuff out of your nose, like, into your food, and you're like, and you can't enjoy anything, and, like, your ears plugged for, like, a fucking month straight. That's the fucking worst thing ever. But then, like, once it unplugs, it's like a chorus of angels, and you're like, I love everything, I can hear everything, I can hear the traffic, and then after, like, a week, you're like, I'm done with this shit, plug it back up, I don't want to hear anything anyone's saying to me. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and I'm really proud of myself. I went grocery shopping by myself, like an adult, for, like, the first time without panicking. Because the last time I went to the grocery store by myself to go shopping, it was horrible, and I dropped a jar of spaghetti, and a lady was, like, super pissed at me about it, because it blew up everywhere, and it looked like just blood, like a crime scene, and it was, like, the blood of my shame just spilt everywhere, and I was like, what have I done with these hands? And it was horrible. But I went yesterday, and all I did was put headphones in, and I was just, like, on another plane of existence. Like, yeah, old people were, like, shoving my cart, and little girls were, like, pulling at their dress and pointing at me and going, Mommy, I didn't know you could wear pajamas in public. And I'm like, hell yeah, little girl, get on my level. Mama, let her do it. It's comfy. I don't know what you people are talking about. Like, I can wear pajamas in public if I want, man. I'm comfortable. Since I know I give a fuck about the man wanting me to wear some blue ass jeans. I'm not wearing any fucking jeans. They're too tight around my tum-tum. Do you know what I mean? This needs to get out of my throat. I'm literally going insane. I'm gonna let you go because I really think I want to play Minecraft right now. Like, a lot. Like, I go through phases, right? You go through, it's the same thing with The Sims. You're either playing The Sims or Minecraft for, like, a month straight, or you're, like, ignoring it for, like, several months straight. There's, like, no in between. Like, it's not like, oh, I'll just play for, like, an hour or two. It's like, no, you're playing every day, all day, forever, for, like, a month, and no one even knows, like, if you're alive or not anymore, or you're, like, not playing anymore, and everyone's like, what happened to the Minecraft? And you're like, I'm sick of it, I don't want to talk about it. But right now, I might get back on the train of that, because one time I blew straight down into the ground with some dynamite, and I found an entire fucking underground library. And that's sick. I can't do that shit in real life. I work in sales. There's no treasure hunting with that. I'm basically a telemarketer. The most that happened to me was someone called me a bitch and told me to quit calling them, and it was hilarious. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you go because I am gonna go fucking find an underground library, and I will update you later on some stuff that I'm working on, actual content, not just this shit where I'm talking to you and you're kind of zoning out for a little bit. Not like that. It's gonna be actual stuff, actual like artistic, cool, creative projects with better quality, because I won't be using my shitty front face camera. I love you, front face camera. Don't fucking, you're getting me all choked up. Please don't leave me. I love you. Yeah, so if you liked this, if you like hearing me rant about stupid shit and talking way too long about my breathing hole, then go ahead and click subscribe so that way you don't miss anything else. And if you like this video, then fucking like it, dog. Like, show me that you like it. Don't just say it. Do it. Walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Alright, my forehead itches. I'm gonna go and scratch it. Bye-bye.